Hey guys, Ali here. How are you doing? I know I said at the end of the last episode I would get myself to a spot where I could kind of continue on from the 9 o'clock point and talk to Clashia and stuff, but it appears that re-engaging with already had conversations, if you've chosen the options already, doesn't actually progress time. I didn't know that. However, I did come back to this area here and there was a little mark above the door, so I clicked on it and it said that somebody... No, it says that there's a sound of running water. Somebody might be washing dishes or something. So we're going to go in and surprise them and see what's going on.
The door is closed again. Nothing to do here anymore.
Oh.
You hear someone inside, walking from room to room. Whoever lives here must be back home.
Alright, can I...
The door is... You hear...
So I can't actually go in there, okay. That's kind of annoying. What I could do then is I think I'll go down to the three musketeers, the three drunks, well, to the two drunks and the drug dealer at the bottom of the map. And I'll get another story from the storyteller, because we like his stories. So yeah, I'll just quickly get myself there. Alright, here we are. Now I do have a bottle of alcohol. I'm pretty sure I still have it anyway. Let me check. Items. Oh yeah, tools, alcohol. Right there. Commodore Red. So I'll be able to give this to this guy and get another story out of him. That should pass the time nicely.
Tequila Sunset.
Ah. Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around here lately?
Can't really remember seeing any women after losing my keys.
It's a touchy topic. He hasn't got laid in ages. He really has no idea who this Ruby is, sire.
Let's see. Hey, sorry for being a buzzkill earlier. I'll supply the booze if you supply the stories.
Wonderful.
Let's see. I've got some Commodore Red.
Classy.
I thought so.
The tale I'm about to tell you is an urban legend particular to Martinez. That said, I first heard it from a former bicycle courier in Koran.
Alright.
There are many variations on the basic story, and the details often conflict. What everyone agrees on is that nobody knows the exact nature or identity of the phenomenon.
Okay.
Are you telling the story of the headless...
Shut the fuck up, Rosemary. Summer of 44. 17-year-old Gertrude Het is walking home from a late shift at the harbor. It's almost midnight. She stops for a cigarette near the canal.
The streets are warmed by a southerly breeze. The lights of a passing motor carriage bloom and fade in the distance. In the harbor's dark, her cigarette is a beacon, dancing alone. The image comes to you effortlessly, as though you'd walked the same streets yourself 1,000 times.
Our heroine finds herself enjoying the peace and quiet the canal provides.
He looks up to the skies as if searching for peace himself.
What she doesn't know is that her peace is about to be shattered. From behind her comes the clattering of hooves. Startled, she turns around, and what does she see?
A horse?
Well, yes, but it's the man on the horse that's of interest here. A man with no head on his shoulder.
Whoa.
Wearing a found tracksuit, searching for the legendary found cap that went missing when he lost his head.
Oh wait, I thought Headless Foul Cap Rider rode a bull.
I thought that he rode a headless pig.
The lieutenant says with a little smirk.
Well, there are many versions of this story, the most peculiar of which has the headless found rider riding on the back of another headless man.
Whoa, that's super spooky.
Yes. According to legend, young Gertrude Het had to endure years of psychotherapy before she was able to look at a horse or tracksuit again. And she's one of the lucky ones.
He takes a sip from his bottle.
Gertrude Het may have been the first to witness the headless found rider, but she wasn't the last. Oh no.
Oh no.
Tell him about the two feminists by the locks.
Fuck, Rosemary, they were dating. No one said they were feminists. Everyone always misremembering this stuff.
This wouldn't be the De Ponte Delgado case, would it?
Oh, wow.
What? You know it.
I read the case file, but please, go on.
Right. Early autumn of 46. Ula DuPont and Eva Delgado are fishing near the waterlock long after the sun has set.
Oh, it's getting good now.
The wind picks up. A sky already dark now blackens. Water starts falling from above. The first cold rain of the season.
Two women stand on a small outcropping of rocks. One of them is wearing a purple raincoat. Thin lines reach out from the rods into the sea. Small droplets start appearing on the surface with increasing frequency.
The women are caught in the downpour. They act quickly. Eva gathers the rods whilst Ula turns around to reach for the tackle box.
Don't turn around. Don't turn around.
Okay.
When she sees something, her shriek is so violent that the residents of the nearby apartment building believe lightning has struck. But there is no lightning. Only a heavy downpour and the silhouette of the headless Faun Rider looming on the horizon.
Whoa.
Ula makes a run for the shore, but Eva slips on a wet rock and disappears into the cold, cold canal with nary a sound. Her body is never recovered.
What did the case file say? What happened to Ula DuPont?
Word on the street is that she, you know,
Shot herself?
gave herself facial deconstruction surgery. Real grisly stuff.
Yeah, that would do it.
That part, at least more or less, corresponds to the case file.
Okay.
See? Told you.
The man takes a long, self-satisfied sip.
Anyway, that's the story of the headless Faun Rider. Pretty crazy, huh?
Who was the headless rider before he died?
Well, Tequila, that's part of the legend. No one knows for sure. There are a couple of possibilities, though.
Okay.
Some say he was an undercover cop who blew his cover and got beheaded by the vicious gang he had infiltrated. Now he rides, searching for his lost found cap, plotting revenge. Others claim he was a professional jockey who veered off course during a steeplechase, ended up in somebody's backyard, and got decapitated by an exceptionally taut clothesline.
Oh, those clotheslines. They're worst. They are the worst. They need to be regulated.
Even decapitation couldn't stop his commitment to the sport. Are you that committed?
Oh, I don't know.
Personally, I think he was just some guy who hanged himself from a really tall tree, and the fall was so violent that his head came clean off. Coincidentally, at that exact moment, a horse happened to pass under him, and his beheaded corpse mounted it, where it remains to this day. But then, no one really knows.
Nope.
For some reason, this does strike you as the most plausible theory of them all.
Let's see. Let's be ridiculous. I've got a hunch that it was an undercover cop. I'd want revenge too.
That would explain the tracksuit and his need for revenge. Not sure how the horse fits in, though. I don't know. I don't buy it.
He shrugs.
Anyway, to each his own. You want to hear any other stories?
I've already seen some weird shit on this case. A headless jockey in a tracksuit fits right in.
Hard to argue with that, I suppose.
That's the reality situation for you. You think you got a handle on it, then blam! It throws some wild shit at you. That's why it's critical to stay well hydrated.
That's nothing. I've got an even crazier story.
Yeah? Why don't you go eat shit, Tequila? There's no way you know a better one than that.
The gnome of Jeroma dissolves its victims with acid.
Acid gnomes? Sounds like a stupid, low-concept band name.
Oh, that's nothing. I've got an even crazier story.
Yeah? Why don't you go eat shit, Tequila? There's no way you know a better one than that.
The giant of Coco Noor's as big as a mountain.
Giants? That the best you got? Give me a break, Tequila.
Oh, no, that's nothing. I've got an even crazier story than that.
Yeah? Why don't you go eat shit, Tequila? There's no way you know a better one than that.
He keeps saying that to me. There's a kind of green ape. It's very kind and green.
Do you always try to pick the lamest option possible? Come on, Tequila.
Ah, but that's nothing. Wait till you hear this. I got an even crazier story than all those put together. What
Why
about
don't
the...
you go eat shit, Tequila? There's no way you know a better one than that.
What about the Caldo Mamadakwa? It's a magical self-replicating sound.
I have to admit, that's pretty high concept.
Oh yeah.
Still not as awesome as a headless rider in a found tracksuit, though.
Agree to disagree. Okay, what became of this headless Fallen Rider?
No one knows.
Ooh.
Some say he stalks Martinez to this day, and can be seen near the canal when the clock strikes midnight.
Really? I'll have to try and find this guy.
He won't, though. Because it's just a stupid legend.
Ah, that sounds like fear, Kim. That sounds like you're scared.
Aye. I saw him one night when I was right shit-faced.
I want to hear the story of your name again. Oh, wait, hold on. Have you got any more urban...
I actually do have one. The strangest of them all.
Ah.
But I'll need to fortify myself before I can tell that one. Do you have anything to fortify old Doom Spiral? Tell me you got some story juice.
I don't have any more on me right now, I'm sorry.
If you find any, I'd be extremely grateful.
Where can I buy beer? Oh, I can buy it at Fritz, right? I can totally do that. Yeah, be seeing you. Oh no, not Fritz, but Fritz or Fritz or whatever it's called. I always get that name wrong. Let's see. I want to talk to you for a second here. I haven't really explored these guys' dialogue much.
The legend returns. You know the dance. Smokable smokes, pissable pilsner. Drink it, then convert it to piss. And there's spirits and speed too.
Why does the bottle of spirits cost 300 real?
See, friend, it's real valuable. Worth every real, if you catch my drift. Got it from a bit of a business venture.
Okay, let's let him speak.
You know, it's funny, actually.
He bursts out laughing, then takes 3 gulps of his pilsner and stares at you intently.
He's finding it difficult to focus his watery gaze.
What is...
What?
Oh my god.
Keep him talking.
What do you mean, what? What did you think was funny earlier?
This guy.
He says and shakes his index finger at you. Where did you get the bottle of spirits from?
Oh, this is medicinal spirits. The good stuff. Got it from the doctor's office.
Oh yeah.
I got one of those scientific ampoules a few months ago. Torpedo, they call it. It's supposed to keep a man from taking a drink.
He spits a nasty yellow clot on the ground before you. Ugh, that sounds horrible.
Didn't stop me for shit, that's for sure. 5 lemons with half a pack of butter and you're good to go.
Oh, okay, there's an interesting recipe. Please explain that one to me. That's a good tip. I should remember it. No, that sounds dangerous.
It was. In a week, the goddamn kidneys started giving me all kinds of help. Finally, the missus took me to a private doctor's office. Not a charity, the real thing.
Whoa.
Those arseholes charged me 4 real to remove the damn thing. But I came out on top after all.
Have they no shame taking money for a service they provide?
But the idiots left me alone in there. Now, I used to teach high school biology. I know what doctors use to preserve dead thingies.
He gets an excited gleam in his eyes.
Swipe 3 cans of this blue medicinal stuff from the back room. Threw the snakes out and voila. What's left is this beautiful blue stuff. 98.7% almost pure alcohol.
That sounds like something... If I wanted to dissolve myself in as quick a time as possible, that's the way I'd do it. Drink that.
2 I already sold to these fine gentlemen here. But this last one is yours for 3 real, if you want it.
He said 3 real.
Don't say it.
I think it will prove useful, yes.
3 real and it's yours, friend. The deal of a lifetime.
Okay.
Well done. You got it.
Hell yeah.
That's a much more reasonable price right there. Makes sense now.
Here's the money for the spirits.
Just make sure to enjoy that one, friend.
If you drink this, then you'll die.
I'm not gonna
That's a
drink it.
fact. And that's why we're going to save you from yourself and store this as a sellable item. Go sell it at the pawn shop for a profit.
Oh, that's a grand idea. But I want another story.
Bottoms up, Captain.
Alright. So let's get a story from this guy. Pilsner for this guy, not the good stuff.
Tequila Sunset.
Found another batch of alcohol. Can you tell me the third story now?
Of course. Drink first, story later.
Here, I've got a potent Pilsner.
Not much, but it will do.
He grabs the bottle from your hand and uncorks it immediately.
This last one is the most Martinet story I've ever heard.
He takes an almost comically long swig. Thus fortified, he continues.
I've never heard it mentioned outside of here. At first, I thought it was a joke, to be honest. But I've been on the coast 8, 9 months now, and in that time I've seen at least 3 expeditions come through, searching for something.
A shovel hits the sand somewhere behind the reeds, near an abandoned construction yard. The young men look over their shoulders suspiciously. The sound of their digging seems loud in the sudden silence.
Cryptids?
Magic animals? No, man, this is serious stuff.
Alright, your lost keys?
Hey, hey! Fuck you, Tequila.
A place to call home.
No, Tequila.
Oh.
Most people already know where they live. It's guys like you and me that are the exceptions.
Okay, what kind of expeditions?
All kinds. I've seen archaeologists, gangsters, even a bunch of ad agency types. I'm telling you, Tequila, this thing's got a pull on certain kinds of people.
Wait, what do you mean, certain kinds of people?
You know, obsessive types. People with predilections.
What exactly are you talking about here?
Some of those expeditions come back after a week or so, looking haggard and dejected. Others don't return at all.
Oh, maybe they found the paradise.
The first time I saw one of these expeditions, I thought they were fucking with me. There was no way it could be true. It was just too high concept, even for me.
You do have quite the imagination.
Wait. There's no way. It can't be. Or can it?
What are you talking about?
I'm not even sure I should be telling you this story, to be perfectly honest. You're in a fragile state, and it might be too much for you to handle.
I can handle it. I give you beer.
Okay, fine, I'll tell you. But I'm warning you, it's pretty out there. Our story begins at a legendary design studio, right here in Martinez.
Alright.
There was this designer. His exact name is lost to history, but in life, he was a legend. Made it big in Aranya, where he did some real pioneering work on grotesque and sans serif typography. A fucking genius, man. That is, if he even existed. Who knows? It's an urban legend, after all.
Fair enough.
He existed all right. You feel it deep within your basal ganglia. He was as real as you are.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm talking about...
Uh-oh.
Anyway, sometime later he started his own personal studio here in Martinez. And that's when he started working on some really wild stuff. I'm talking some glass-smooth, forward-looking design language, the kind of thing that would totally overthrow the old regime, design-wise.
Okay.
A paradigm-shattering revolutionary?
But then something turned. You see, it's widely known that nose candy and pioneer graphic design work go hand in hand.
Wait, nose candy?
You know tequila, nose candy, the White Railroad, party powder.
Ah, yeah, of course. Sorry, I'm so innocent. I had to ask to make sure.
The kids on the streets also call it Snow Day.
Thanks for that.
Sinus salt, the White Knight.
Can't see, for its popularity among the aristocratic class of the prior century.
Along with a number of more banal street names. Blow, of course, but also Flake, Powder, Pearl. Really, anything that's white will get the idea across.
Baby powder. Wait, did I take that too far?
He's talking about cocaine.
Oh, right, okay. You mean cocaine?
Shit yeah, tequila. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
He gives you a camaraderie bump on the shoulder as a couple millimeters of booze slosh out of his bottle. So what happened to him?
You've got to understand, the work this guy was doing was so high concept that regular amounts of cocaine just weren't cutting it. By the end, they were bringing it in by the lorry load.
That's a lot of baby powder.
Now, as you might imagine, snorting that much cocaine can't be healthy for a regular human, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Wrong. Do it all the time.
All the time?
All day, baby.
Hey, tequila, pay attention.
Oh, sorry, pay attention, pay attention.
The story goes that one day he was balls deep in work on what he thought would be his pièce de résistance, an advert so minimal it contained neither text nor images, just pure white. Apparently the idea was too high concept even for this genius. He dropped dead right at his desk before he could finish. His last words are recorded to have been, "It's as white as a blizzard of cocaine."
What a loss for the world of design.
I know, tequila. I know.
He takes a swig, considers pouring some out for this lost genius, then thinks better of it.
But the story doesn't end there.
Oh!
Supposedly, when they performed the autopsy, the coroner discovered nearly a quarter kilo of coke jammed into his nasal cavity.
Wow.
That's almost certainly anatomically impossible.
Yeah.
Wrong again, nerd. Where there's a will, there's a way.
That's right. 250 grams of blow had accumulated in there over the years. We're talking high-grade Saramaritsian pure. Not that cut-rate shit your grandma does.
My grandma does drugs?
There are those who believe the designer was buried with this quarter key of nose candy still lodged in his sinuses. That's what those expeditions are looking for.
Damn.
The cocaine skull.
The cocaine skull.
The cocaine skull.
Wow.
No. Wow.
That's what I said. And why do people think the skull is here in Martinez?
Here's the kicker. This designer, this lead designer of a world-famous design studio, was born in Martinez. A local boy, Martin Martinez.
Wait, I've heard that name before.
That's why he brought his studio here, back to where it all began. And that's why they buried him here, too. Perhaps right under Ab's pipe there.
He points to the pipe.
Or probably further down the coast, or in some yard in Martinez proper. A hidden mausoleum, no one knows exactly.
No, my grandma always told me his grave lay somewhere on the islets on the bay.
This is ludicrous and physically impossible. Sinuses can contain that amount of anything.
Now, detective. always the skeptic.
I mean, imagine how heavy that guy's head would have been to have 250 grams of cocaine stuck in his sinuses. Wow. His neck must have been thick.
My only question is, where does one get a shovel?
What do these expeditions plan to do with it?
The archaeologists say they want to put it in a museum, the gangsters say they want to sell it on the black market, and the ad agency guys say they're seeking inspiration.
Alright.
Bullshit. They just want to snort it. But you could beat them to it, Harry. You could snort the magic skull cocaine instead.
I don't wanna.
I'm pretty sure they all just want to snort it, though.
Probably.
And why wouldn't they, eh? Sounds like right strong stuff.
Rosemary, you said something about the islets.
Don't listen to him or his grandma. He's just making things up.
No, my grandma told me. I've heard other people say it too. That it's underwater. Or no, maybe it was the storm sewers.
Huh.
Or maybe it's in the air, or in an ancient step pyramid offshore.
Or not in his sinuses, but in his anal cavity.
In a pyramid? Now that would be something.
Indeed. What have you learned from other expeditions?
They're pretty vague about it in general. The gangsters like to claim they're looking for the grave of a friend, with picks and shovels. The archaeologists act all official about it, saying they're conducting serious research. Honestly, I think they're not really scientists, just rich. The junkies, for some reason, are pretty upfront about it. They just say they're looking to snort some blow out of a dead man's nasal cavity.
Fair enough.
Honest men on an honest quest. You should join them.
No
By
drugs.
now, I'd say I know about as much about it as anyone on the coast.
Surprisingly, I'm not interested in looking for the skull.
Good thing, because I don't think you can find it right now anyway.
Why?
What?
Why?
For one, the way is blocked by that big lorry that says Delta Logistics Company on the side. You definitely have to search the area behind that lorry too, yet it is impassable. And second, outfitting an expedition like that is expensive. It'd have to be a big production to do the cocaine skull justice. You need new gear, people who know what they're doing, all kinds of provisions.
Sounds like preparation and effort. Ugh.
It's just not feasible within the economic and temporal frame of our current setup. Matter of fact, unless a bunch of money just falls out of the sky, we might never know what's up with that skull.
I have to agree. We barely have what we need to solve the case we've got now. We can't afford to run around chasing after quasi-mythical pieces of drug paraphernalia. Besides, it would look extremely bad for the RCM to be caught up in something that has the word cocaine writ large on it. The PR is tricky on this.
That's true. That's too bad.
Wait. Maybe there's another way. Maybe up around the coast. Don't give up now.
Yeah, well, that's the reality situation for you. Who knows, though? Maybe someday we'll get our chance.
Maybe. But I'll be seeing you for now. Nice. It is now after 9 PM. I can get rid of Kim, and I can now talk to Classio. That was a nice little story, though. And if I do ever want to pick up that quest, I don't think I will. I'm not really motivated by the drug aspect of the game so much. But, what am I doing? Map. Yeah, I still can't... I don't know what happened to my quick travel. Why can't I quick travel? Visual calculus. Am I wearing the right glasses? I think I am. Okay. I'm gonna have to take a stroll then to the cafeteria. Alright, so here we are. Gonna try and get rid of Kim now.
Yes?
Let's see. I can't seem to get rid of him. Okay, we'll try and talk to Clasher. Maybe he'll get the hint. I mean, if I didn't need to waste all that time, and all I needed to do was talk to her and choose the right option, like I did with Joyce, then I'll be like, oh, well. At least I got all that lore, but that was a bit of a waste of time. We're about to find out, though, if it was a waste of time. Let's go in the door. Oops, I'm running. Don't want to run. Don't want to seem too eager. How close am I to a skill point, right? Oh, 3 points. I might get a skill point by the end of this. That'll be good. Not sure what I'm going to use it for, though. Put points into endurance, and I'm okay. Alright. Oh.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Look into her eye. I need to use volition. I need to talk to you about your room again.
Yeah?
No.
Alright.
Drama, huh? I could change my clothes. I'll need to... Couple more questions about the deceased.
I hope you don't mind.
All
right.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
Volition and drama. Right, I'm gonna exit the dialogue just now. Oh, what's this?
As you look back, you think, so love did do him in, after all.
I was right.
If it weren't for her,
Hey!
he would not have been there. The shot would not have connected with his soft plate.
Drama. Or volition. Volition, I think, is probably the better option. There we go. Let's see here. Looks like love did him in after all.
She's silent, holding on to her coffee mug. No vapor rises from it. It's cold.
It's pretty cold out here. It's snowing.
Remember this silence. The lady is dangerous. People suffer around her.
Say nothing. Let her answer.
Yeah. I'd like to think he didn't love me. Or that it was chemically induced and not real.
Why?
Easier that way.
Was it real?
I don't know.
She looks down the yard, then back into her coffee.
Real as anything.
Finished thought. Alright, hold on a second. When Kim's not around to stop you, ask Clasher about what she heard in the room. She must know something. Now, how am I gonna do that? I don't know, maybe... I mean, I'm trying to think of other ways I can get rid of Kim. And the only thing I can think of right now is by going back to the fishing village and then pretending, or at least telling him I'm going to go to sleep and then him leaving and then me coming back here. In fact, that's a great idea. I'm gonna do that right now. That might work, right? Alright, so here I am at the shack.
It's getting late and it's snowing.
Okay.
Time to call it a day.
Okay, that's good night, Kim. Send him away for the night.
Good night, officer. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
Okay. Right, enter the shack. Hopefully I can come back out again. This is the uncertain part that I have in my head. Okay. Can I go back out? Yes! Yes! Great. Now I need to make my way back to the cafeteria. Alright. So here we are outside the Clashier's room again. Hopefully I'll get another option. Because there wasn't an option that was, like, new outside of the thought that we just had when Kim was there. I'm not sure if him not being there will give me more options now. Please, more options. Talk to me, lady. Talk to me. I think this is the last thing I want to do before continuing on with the main quest, though. I just need to be sure about some of the details on Sunday, that's all. But then again, there's a danger in my mind. There's always that thing. So many parts of this game where you make progress, they kind of send you down all kinds of other different rabbit holes as well. So maybe this will do the same. I don't know.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Now that Kim isn't here, let's talk about Sunday night.
Ah, yes. The night before I saw you in the hallway and reminded you you're a police officer.
Let's see. It's one of the first things I remember doing in Elysium.
Wow. Elysium. You don't hear that term often.
Do you hear something? Sorry, did you hear something Sunday night from my room?
There was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music.
Did I have any visitors?
I can't say. Probably not. Sounded like you were flying solo.
You mentioned loud disco music.
Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestrations prime among them.
She arches her eyebrow, waiting for it to connect with you.
Oh, we're huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on.
Then, doesn't life get hard because we go on?
It mostly just gets hard, doesn't it?
It would appear so. At around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped and there was a change of pace.
What happened?
A slow, sad song started playing. Like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of that time you were yelling along to it.
Was I singing this?
Yes, there was a church in there. A really small church. Like the smallest, saddest church in the whole world. It was about that. And also...
What else?
That it doesn't matter anymore, and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a wounded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it.
Now, when you say wounded, do you mean like in a cool way? Like a wild beast?
Yes, it was very cool.
Yeah!
It's impossible to say whether she's being sarcastic or really means it.
Then what happened?
Then you started screaming and trashed the place.
Are you sure I wasn't being assaulted?
No, it didn't sound like there was a fight. It sounded like someone was trashing their room.
She takes a sip of her coffee and smiles.
A window was smashed. The tape player, probably. The song stopped. And furniture, too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out.
Was there anything else?
There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I may have misheard, but it was sort of memorable. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then. Around 4 or 5. And that was it.
Thank you.
No problem, sir.
Alright. Let's look into her eye. If I can do this, that'd be nice.
Just like the last time. Light brown eyes look back at you. All is as it was. You feel cigarette fume rise from her lips. She's just as beautiful. Don't worry. We will protect you from her beauty. We will consult you through the reefs and sounds of her persona. We will see through deceits. You are shielded. You are wise.
I am wise.
You are advised. There are muscles on long white bones that line her limbs, just below the silver jumpsuit. Miss Oranje Disco Dancer, you want to put your hand on her back and feel it arch.
Avert your
The
eyes.
strange moment ends.
Alright. I'm going to get myself some other clothes on that emphasize a strength in drama. Yeah, that. Well, what did I wear? I was a bow tie. And I changed my top to this jacket. Yes. Drama +3. Okay. Let's see what my chances are now.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions
In
pertaining to a murder investigation.
In God's name, wake up.
But we are awake, sire. She has
Serious?
been forthcoming with sordid details women usually conceal. Most shocking details of the sexual kind.
Oh,
We are a bulwark, unbreached. Get a hold of yourself just once, will you? Try to look past the sexually lax morals and do some police work.
okay.
So you say, but give us one example of deceit. Just one example.
It's silly of me to imply she lied.
Gosh, she's so young, isn't she? She would look spectacular in a starring role.
Okay, so that didn't quite go
Be
as well as I
careful
thought
not
it
to
would.
look too long into her soon-to-be famous face.
Soon to be
Lest it
famous.
make you look like an indecisive suitor.
Or a perv.
It looks like this one's not waking up. You'll have to do it without pushing her further.
Alright. Let's get all my police uniform back on then. There. There. Was that it? I think that was all I changed, right? Something like that. Alright, well at least I know a little bit of the background about what happened to me on the Sunday night. Before the investigation started with Kim. And obviously that's the night before we woke up at the start of the game. Man, I wonder, like, I have a hunch. Either I have a loved one who's left me, or I have a loved one who has died. It's one of those two. I don't think there's any other ones. Because I'm getting hints at both of them throughout the game. I'm really not sure which it is. What made me kind of go nuts at this place and trash a room and shout down a microphone and wave my gun around and tell everybody that I'm the law and all this stuff. Really not sure. But I guess we'll probably find out later on. And just like we'll continue on with the main quest in the next episode, I think. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And I look forward to maybe catching you again. If you did like the video, make sure to hit that button down below. And if you're wanting to come back in the future for this or anything else I do again, make sure to hit the subscribe button as well. For now though, take care. And I will see you in the next video.